Bloxburg explanation video feedback. Hey evanators, welcome back to my channel. You are now in the basement and you cannot get out until the end of the video. Please also excuse the really bad lighting. I was going to film earlier on and then I decided to go out because it's been such a nice day in England, but apparently not, and now we're filming in really bad lighting. So please just don't come at me. Also, new hairstyle. Little bow in my ponytail. So if you weren't already aware, Bloxburg posted a response explanation kind of video, and just to further explain what all of these changes meant and how they worked and stuff like that. I personally thought it was quite a good explanation. It was definitely better, in my opinion, than the one that we saw on Twitter. I feel like it was very... It was extensive, but it didn't have a lot to say. Does that make sense? So I'm going to quickly run through everything they said in the video and then we'll talk about it all after. And I've got some opinions from other people as well that we can talk about too. So they said that the overall job leveling basically is influenced by all of your singular job levels. This increases the majority of wages over all of the jobs and obviously would decrease the pizza job thingy a little bit. This benefits less experienced players who apparently make up most of the player base anyway. Obviously, this does have impact on long-time players and experienced players, but we will get into that a little bit later. Next, they spoke about the economy. They spoke about how they never intended for the pizza job to have like that much of a difference to the rest of the jobs, and it's just accelerated Bloxburg progression way too much. They spoke a little bit about levels and future updates. They said that singular levels still count to your overall experience, obviously. I am a little bit iffy about this because I'm wondering, well, if somebody's like level 100 overall and they're like level 46 in pizza, do the last 4 levels still count, or do they just not do anything? I feel like that could have been explained a little bit further, but you know, can't have everything. They plan to improve rewards in the future, so you know how we have like that little reward system at the Bloxburger job. They're planning on adding that to all of the jobs, I'm pretty sure. Excellent employee is still worth it. I mean, you do get an extra added amount onto what you're already making. So if you're ever working and you have excellent employee, if you're driving around the map, say on a pizza bike, and you're not delivering a pizza, you will see in the corner of your screen that like a couple of hundred will add on from time to time, and that is the excellent employee thing. It will say the number that you would normally make and then a little extra added number on the top. So say you made like 60k, there might be like 15k above it, and so you will have earned 75k overall. Fainting and towing is not the same for everybody apparently, so I think it kind of depends on how many times you've been towed or how many times you've fainted. So for maybe people that faint all the time, their amount will be much higher, whereas somebody that consistently keeps all their moods up but faints the one time, it might be a little bit lower. I haven't tested this, I haven't seen anybody test this. If you've tested it, let me know. For people with the premium game pass, they also get all of that stuff cut in half, so you don't have to pay as much. Also, you only faint if all of your moods are under 15%, so if you just keep one of them up, if you just get a book out of your inventory and read it, you'll be fine. You won't faint. You can increase your moods by doing things around the map. I mean, there's benches everywhere, there's food places, you know, there's things to do. You don't have to keep all of them up. I mean, if you do want to keep all of them up, go for it. Build a little mood station on your plot. I'm a sucker though, and I just use the Bloxburgs because I'm lazy. Marvelous moods obviously still works. You don't have the stink bubble and you don't have the slow walk, which I am eternally grateful for. Thank you so much, because I literally hate those two things so much. And you also get a whole 10 minutes until you faint. So just do your moods, guys. Come on. Vehicle towing has always existed. They just changed it up a little bit, so you have to pay for your crimes. And then at the end of the video, they said that Bloxburg is a work in progress and things can always change. I don't think they're gonna change the update, guys. They're not gonna revert it, but they might change like a few little bits about it to make it more accommodating for everybody. So I asked my Discord server if anybody had seen the video and I asked them to give me statements of what they thought about it. So I'm gonna read some of them out for you. Ben said, I personally like the clarification on the new features and why they've been added. I think it's a professional response. I do agree with the fact that it was hard to earn money, especially without excellent employee, as a new player, but I do prefer the old job system as we did earn more money. Kind of feel like original players did get punished with the change. I personally do think the community's response was excessive, but I understand where most people are coming from. Obviously, when he talks about the community being excessive, he is talking about the protests and stuff, which is, that's a valid point. It was a little bit excessive, guys, please. But obviously people did the protests to try and get Bloxburg to listen. Next up we have QQ's one. In my opinion, they aren't listening to the community. They are just re-explaining the same update for the third time. Now I can see where she's coming from because most of the things in the video are things that they've already said in Brampy's tweets and on the tweet that they posted on their Twitter page. However, not everybody has Twitter and not everybody keeps up to date with these things over on Twitter, so having it on YouTube or on TikTok is definitely a good way to reach people as well. I don't think they understand that explaining it doesn't stop the hate and disagreements towards the update, and they are going to have to do something to change it because I really don't see how explaining it over and over again is going to help. A lot of people said they have felt ignored after the recent update. I mean, people are resorting to protests just to get the attention of community managers and developers. As a long-time player, I don't feel the same enjoyment I did before this update came out. Honestly, that's completely fair. I haven't really, properly played the game for a while. I mean, I don't really build on it that much. Obviously, I did my build battle the other day, but that was really fun because I was doing it with other people, but now I am broke. Guys, I need to go to work, on my really bad wages. Honestly though, I haven't been affected that much by the wage thing. I haven't really seen much of a difference. I mean, I definitely don't make as much as I did before. That is apparent, but it's not, I'm not gonna die. Next up, we have Jax. Jax said, I don't like how in the video they kind of mocked the players that had taken a massive loss in the update by putting all of the protest signs and doing the crying emote while saying about how the economy needed to be balanced. They could have done animations or pop-ups like they had earlier in the video. I also do not like how they are trying to say that we are not that badly affected, while Marie had 7.9 million in her bank account, which we all gather was probably not worked for. I also don't like how they repeated everything they had said before, but tried to lengthen it and overcomplicate it so it didn't sound bad to the community. I don't like how they said about the towing fees. Personally, I do not mind them at all, but they just said how to not get towed. Never did they clarify to us what the reasoning was for making us pay more money. They could have at least said why. They decided to give us more bills while lowering pay. That honestly makes sense because they didn't really explain why we got the towing fee. They just said, hey, we've given you a towing fee. I would like a little bit more explanation on the towing fee because why is it there? Having it go away from my plot was bad enough, okay? Obviously, Bloxburg has all of the reward systems and stuff, while all the other jobs don't. What I personally think Bloxburg should have done is done all the job revamps, every single job revamped, a full city revamp, and then the change in the job system. I just really don't think it makes sense whatsoever to put out a change in the earnings before you've actually changed the jobs. I need an incentive to want to work in all of these jobs that I can now get paid the same amount in, because right now there's just no reason for me to. I just don't see a point in working in any of the others because I don't get any reward from it. I do agree that Marvelous Moods definitely doesn't seem as effective now, but it is still effective. I mean, I don't have the sync bubble or the slow walk, which I said earlier, which is really, really slay because I hate those two things. The escaping reality thing is definitely very apparent right now because I'm just starting to feel like it's becoming a little bit more like real life, and I don't want to feel like real life when I'm playing Bloxburg, guys. Real life is hard enough. I don't need it in a game as well, please. Keep it away. Anyways, so that is most of what people think. I would be really interested to see what all of you guys think in the comments. As you know, I'm always interested in seeing discussions and stuff. There is literally a section in my Discord server where we have discussions like this. Anyways, Evanators, you are now released from the basement. Thank you so much for watching to the end of the video. It means the absolute world to me. Be sure to like, comment, share this video and subscribe to my channel if you haven't already. Make sure to check out the links in my description if you ever want to find any of my other social medias. My Discord server is down there and we talk all the time in there. I love you all so much. Have an amazing day or night. Bye guys!